Who remembers 2 o'clock Saturday morning? It's now 1:10 a.m. on Wednesday the 24th. If you remember, about 2 a.m. on Sunday the 20. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 1:10 a.m. Wednesday the 25th in the morning. The other day I made a video, and the video was 2 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning. And I said, I guarantee you, I will bet you $10,000 that by November 22nd, I will have another example of Twitter bullshit for you. Well, that didn't last very long, did it? Because it's still July 25th. Okay. After the Parkland school shooting, Twitter immediately rushed to verify the liberal puppets so that they could, quote, protect them. In fact, Twitter actually banned the guy for life for having an argument with David Hogg. He's a comedian, whatever. Anyway. Okay. Here is a photocopy of the tweet on Instagram. It was from Twitter, and it was copied onto Instagram. And it's from David Hogg's official Twitter, @DavidHogg111. To U.S. President Trump. Now, President Trump threatened the Ayatollahs. He said, if you harm America, there will be consequences, blah, blah, blah. Okay? He wanted to give a very strong stance to an enemy of the United States. So this is the President of the United States threatening an enemy superpower, Iran. And David Hogg literally took the President's threat to Iran word for word and tweeted it out to the President. To U.S. President Trump. He didn't tag the President, but he mentioned it. To U.S. President Trump, all caps. Never ever threaten the United States again, or you will suffer consequences the likes of which few throughout history have ever suffered before. We are no longer a country that will stand for your demented words of violence and death. Be cautious. Now, this is a 90-pound cunt that is threatening the President of the United States. Okay, now the President is about 6'1", 6'2". Okay, and he's a 70-plus-year-old man. He's actually the oldest president in history. He surpassed President Reagan in age. If you were to talk about the back alley, okay, the President, this would be the President's unwanted bastard. Okay? If you were to talk about David Hogg actually making an attempt, David Hogg would be shot by the Secret Service so fast. I mean, he would be dead before the bullet left the gun. That's how fast he would be shot. Okay? But the simple fact that you threaten the President is itself a felony. And if you saw the movie with Clint Eastwood, In the Line of Fire, okay, we played a Secret Serviceman who's been with a credible presidential threat. He said, you can go to prison if you don't mean it. The simple fact, you can argue with the President all you want. You can hate the President all you want. You can say you don't like the President all you want. This is a free country. However, the Supreme Court has interpreted that any words likely to cause a fight, any words likely to cause a public disturbance, any words likely to cause others to commit illegal acts, and any words of a threatening nature are not protected by the First Amendment. Federal law, and in particular the Secret Service, which investigates and enforces that law, says that they will take any threat to the President seriously, no matter how mundane it is. Okay? Now, Twitter allowed me to be stalked, banned me for life, thanked my stalkers for making Twitter a safer place, allowed my stalkers to continue bragging about how they stalked me, and brag about stalking me on YouTube. And Twitter banned the guy for life for having on with David Hogg. And Twitter verified David Hogg's account within a week of him actually making his account. And at 1:48 p.m. on July 23rd of this year, yeah, that's the exact date this was sent out. Okay, and there's another copy of the tweet down here. And this copy said at the time this photos that was taken, it had 10.5 thousand retweets and 42.9 thousand likes. And this guy, I think, sent to the Secret Service. This is a photo stat of him calling the Secret Service. Okay, now here's the problem. I knew a guy, he's from the old neighborhood in Jersey. Okay, he was a guy that my family knew years ago. He wrote a very, very, very strongly worded letter to President Nixon. Very strongly worded letter to President Nixon. And the Secret Service interpreted it as a threat. This is back in the day we had to actually take a pen and paper and write down and put it in the mail. As of the turn of the last century, I don't know if it still is, but as of the turn of the last century, even though he made a threat to the president 3 decades earlier, every time the president came to town, he was visited by the Secret Service. Okay, the Secret Service has actually visited people that threatened the president, put them on a list, and checked in on them every couple of years, in particular if the president is in town or within their area. The Secret Service has literally visited people's homes and told them flat out, the president is going to be in your hometown next week, don't leave your house, or you're not allowed on this block. They've told people that. The Secret Service has actually told people flat out in years past that because they threatened the president, if they attempt to go near a place, like if the president is speaking at a hotel, the Secret Service will tell them flat out, the president's going to be at this hotel next week. If we catch you within 1 mile of it, we're going to arrest you. Okay? So we are allowing our celebrities to threaten the president, and Twitter is allowing their pet children to threaten the president. Now let's assume that a skinny black kid who survived the school shooting and came out in support of gun rights had threatened someone. And let's say that person's name rhymes with Obama. Okay? Do you think Twitter would allow that? Twitter has policies about threats, harassment, abuse, policies which are routinely violated, and policies which they allow to be violated. Okay? And you have a piece of shit here threatening the President of the United States. It doesn't matter that the threat is not real. It doesn't matter that he couldn't fucking hurt a goldfish, let alone a president, okay? The fact the threat is made is itself a crime. Okay? And I've had a lot of harsh words about a lot of politicians in my lifetime. But I never threatened them. Because that's a step too far. It's not a democracy if I can just run to kill the president every time I feel like it. That's not a democracy. We have a democracy, or a constitutional republic for that matter, because we are allowed to disagree with our leaders, which is true. But disagreeing with your leaders, hating your leaders, and even calling for your leaders to be put on trial for crimes they committed and go to prison where they belong. Okay? That is different than threatening violence, because if you just threaten violence towards the president, I can kill the president. Okay? All you have is a banana republic. That's all you have. Because these are how third world countries operate. You got a third world country, they elect the president by 80% of the vote. They don't like him, they kill him, new president. Okay? And there are fucking third world countries that are on their third president in 6 months. Okay? Because they just get one and kill him. Okay? This is not America. In America, you disagree with the president, that's fine. But threatening violence against the president, even if that violence comes from a 90-pound cunt, that is a bridge too far. And social media allows it to happen. I guarantee you, if I had gone on social media, especially Twitter, and I had threatened any politician, I guarantee you Twitter would have reported me to the police by now. I guarantee it. I guarantee you that would have happened. Okay? And at one point, am I hating on Twitter? Of course I'm hating on Twitter. Because Twitter is shit. Twitter is the one social media site of all that banned me is Twitter. Okay? And their justification was that I was using foul language, which is true. I'm not gonna lie about that, I did. But they only know about that because half a dozen psychopaths stalked me and constantly reported me to them for their, violations, and they banned me based on reports that were made about the psychopaths that were stalking me. Okay, I never threatened to hurt anybody, especially the president. Okay, there were a lot of times when jerk offs would fuck on my nerves, and I was like, fuck you, scumbag, and block them. That happens a lot of times. If you're threatening me, I was threatened on Twitter. I had punks online say, yeah, fuck Vinny, kill Vinny, hate Vinny, Vinny's a piece of shit. Okay, block you, goodbye. Okay? But to allow this to happen is disgusting. Okay, and I understand free speech. I'm all over free speech. In fact, the only time in my life I ever report anybody on social media was if I saw a threat or animal abuse or child pornography. Because I believe in freedom, even if you're free to be an idiot. Okay, even if you're free to be stupid. Okay, my right to be smart is just as important as your right to be stupid. So a lot of times if I saw shit I didn't like, I left it alone, or sometimes I put my 2 cents in about it, or if it got really out of hand, I blocked people. True. But threatening the president is wrong. Period. And Twitter allowing a person with a verified account to threaten the president is wrong. Because they've thrown people off their website for less than this. They threw a guy off their website for arguing this piece of shit. Little fucking toad here. Okay? And Lou Diamond Phillips. I had a million conversations with Lou Diamond Phillips, the actor. And I thought he was the nicest guy in the whole world. And then one day Lou came out and Lou said, David Hogg is a great kid. He said, I forget what the fuck he said. He spoke favorably about David Hogg. And I'm like, Lou, little fucking punk. I said, Lou, what's the matter, brother? I mean, this little fucking punk is, explaining to the death of his friends, and Lou Diamond Phillips blocked me. I loved him in La Bamba. I loved him in Young Guns when I was a kid. And then I found out that the character he played was a fucking bastard in real life. Okay, you ever watch Young Guns 2? Jose Chavez, the real guy, was not a proud warrior. He was a fucking scuzzbucket. So Lou blocked me. Okay? So Lou blocked me because of this piece of shit. Where's Lou now? What's Lou saying now about this? Okay, and I'm fucking sick of this punk, okay? Because, okay, this fucking punk, the only reason why we know his name is because he survived the shooting. That's it. Okay? He survived the shooting, and because he was stupid, and because he was young, the far left did to him what they've done to so many other people. They used him as a puppet, okay? David Hogg is a puppet of the far left. He is a parrot, okay? That's what he is. He's a stupid little bastard, and he says whatever his masters tell him to say, and because he's young, because he's white, and because he's a little punk that survived the school shooting, he is allowed to dance in the blood of his classmates. He is allowed to lie about politicians such as Marco Rubio. He is allowed to spew hate and venom. Okay? He's allowed to campaign against our rights because he's the punk. Okay? And there's a million black kids in Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis, Philadelphia, and Baltimore right this minute that survived the shooting, okay, or lost their best friend to violence. And where's the far left there? Nowhere. The far left needs a skinny little stupid white kid they can hold up as a fucking puppet. Okay? He's a puppet for the left. That's all he is a puppet. Okay? He's a brainless, dickless, hopeless puppet. And it's bad enough he was dancing in the blood of his friends or classmates, but for him to fucking go out and how he's threatening the President of the United States, it's disgusting. I lost friends for stupid reasons. And I've lost friends for school shooting. I had that friend of mine killed in Iraq, obviously, God rest his soul, my friend. But guys, when my friends died, I had friends die from cancer. I had friends die from car accidents. I had friends die from kidney problems. I had a friend killed in Iraq. Okay, I had friends die for stupid shit. And when my friends died, our group of people, our friends, we wanted to be left alone. We wanted to mourn our friends. We all cried, and let me tell you something right now, okay? I had friends in high school. They have seen me cry like a 2-year-old. I've literally cried like a 2-year-old at funerals of my friends. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. When my friend got killed in a car accident right after graduation, I could not begin to tell you how many big guys went to that funeral crying. Okay? I'm gonna give another memory. Our grade principal, when I was in high school, we had, every grade had a principal. And then you had the head principal overall. So you had 5 principals. Our grade principal followed us from grade to grade. So they would like rotate around. Like, they would be your grade principal for every single grade from 9th to 12th. And then they would go back down to the next class for the freshmen going up. So they would like, okay, so they follow you from grade to grade to grade, and then when you graduated, they went back down to the freshmen and followed them from grade to grade to grade. That's how they worked it out when I was in. They actually started doing that my freshman year. We had my grade principal. I went to see, even though it happened in August, I went to school to see some of the guys. They were the principals, the administrators. They were in school, getting ready for the school year. I had already graduated, and very hard to see her. And he said, "I'm in this with you kids." That night, the wake, she was screaming bloody murder outside the funeral. Cause I'm standing outside the funeral, and I hear her screaming. I didn't know she came. She appeared at the funeral. She was my baby. She was actually crying. And a friend of mine who graduated with me was with her, and our senior class advisor, she was a math teacher, and she was the class advisor. Every senior class has she advises the senior class about graduation, prom, okay, stuff like that. She had taught the school for decades. In fact, she actually retired when my friend's baby sister graduated in 2006. And they're trying to calm the principal down. This is our grade principal. And when they walked her into the funeral home, they literally had to hold her up and drag her in. And I walked behind. And when we were online to the casket, you get on your knees and you pray. When she went to pay respect to the mother was sitting in a chair like this. The principal got on her knees, and I would just bend over and talk. I wouldn't get on my knees. Some guys got on their knees, but she wouldn't let them up. If you got on your knees, she wouldn't let you up. So she got on her knees in front of the mother, which I didn't do. And the mother would not let her up. And she actually grabbed. Now my friend's father was a fucking zombie the entire funeral. He just sat there like a fucking robot. Mother's sitting in the chair. Father's next to like a fucking zombie. He's zoned out. Principal kneels at her feet. And the principal grabs the mother by the shirt, pulls her in, and says, "Why didn't you call me?" She's talking to a woman that lost her son. And then the mother grabs her and pulls her and says, "I tried to call you, but I didn't have your number." And then they're pulling and they're like, "I'll have to give it to you." Okay. But then they're pulling on each other. And for just some reason, they're about to have a fist fight. Okay? This woman is going to have a fist fight with our great principal in front of her son's casket. I have just fucking bonkers emotion. And this great principal had pulled every single one of us in our entire class off of we were having fights, arguments. She would pull us off each other like crazy. And I had known this when I was 14. She still works at school today, believe it or not. And I actually am behind the principal. And I actually grabbed her by the body and pulled her up. And I actually pulled her up and went backwards and I almost hit the casket. And then I righted myself and I pushed her, and everybody's just saying, "What the fuck is going on? This is Vinny." And I actually pushed her in the direction of the door and I said, "Out," and I actually shoved and ran her out the fucking door. Okay? And then we went outside and the grade principal was sitting down. The senior class advisor was outside in the hallway area. And me, a couple of my friend that had dragged her in, a couple other people, were saying like this. And she's like, "Are you boys gonna be alright?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yes, Mr. Girl." Okay. Now, why am I saying this? Why am I telling you this whole spiel? What's it got to do with David Hogg and the president? That was an example of a friend who was killed in a car accident because he was speeding. And that is the devastation that act wreaked on my class and our teachers, administrators, and shit like that. Okay? Now I guarantee you, if one of our friends was murdered in cold blood, I guarantee you, if any one of us, any one of our class, tried to exploit that person's murder for political gain, they would have been run out of town on a rail. Another example, a guy from our school, 10 years my junior, was a baseball player. I did not know him, but some guys from my class knew him from the neighborhood, and he was a younger friend of them. They mentored him and shit. He was murdered. He was outside of a Burger King, and he was mistaken for someone else and shot and murdered by some punks in New York City who were now in prison. Okay, so my circle of friends does have experience with murder, because a younger classmate from my school who I never got the chance to meet, who was actually a baseball player, signed up for the Oakland A's, believe it or not, he was murdered. Not one person in this town exploited his murder for gun control. In fact, the mother actually came out publicly, and the father was a sheet metal worker in the same union as my father. And the mother came out publicly. It's a long video so far. The mother came out publicly and said, "We're not going to blame gun owners. We're not going to blame law-abiding people at all. There's a couple of punks who bought guns illegally, brought them across city lines from New York City to Yonkers illegally, killed the guy in cold blood for no reason." Okay? The mother wasn't going to use that as a fucking vehicle to exploit the NRA. And I saw an incident online where someone was talking about gun violence in relation to this. I was like, oh, don't talk about it. The parents are not going to exploit it for gun control. Okay? So for these young people to die in this horrible crime down in Florida is disgusting. And for the classmates who survived to use their friends' dead bodies as vehicles for political gain. Okay, and you see these fucking pictures. They're backstage at talk shows. They're taking selfies. They're on fucking daytime. They're on fucking political rallies. I mean, you've seen this shit. Okay, you've seen these fucking little punks. Okay, and now one of them is threatening the president. The fuck is that, the clock? And it's just fucking bullshit to me. It's bullshit that you dare exploit your classmates' deaths for political gain, and now you're using your ill-founded fame for what? To threaten the president now? I mean, at least Kim Kardashian only sucked dick. Okay, let's put that into perspective. Okay, Kim Kardashian sucks a dick and she's famous. Okay, fine. Okay, she sucked a dick. It was on tape. Fine. Okay? Same for Paris Hilton. But at least they didn't exploit dead people. Okay? You want to be famous for sucking a dick, that's just fine with me. Okay? It's your mouth. It's their dick. I don't care. But for you to be famous by exploiting death and threatening the president, you are fucking scum to me. Okay? And this kid is the lowest form of scum. And I hope he sees it too. Fucking David Hogg. Fuck. Jesus Christ. I would name an unwanted bastard David Hogg. Fuck, man. If you have a pig and you want to slaughter the pig, name the pig David Hogg. Doing for good and you slaughter it. Or you ever have roaches, okay? You spray the roaches, okay? Name the roaches David Hogg. That way you won't feel guilty when you spray them. Fucking punk. Piece of shit.